Alright, hi guys. I'm gonna be looking at some shifts for Jack Hughes. I wanted to do a little kind of breakdown on how the Devils have been using him early on in his rookie career. I think it's especially interesting. Obviously, he's the first overall pick, but he's a center, playing center early on in his career, which is fascinating. The Devils are not a good team, at least definitely on the results, I would say, just in general, but definitely in the results. And they do have some resources, namely Taylor Hall, who's not playing that great. Um, Obviously, like PK Subban, in theory, he's not playing amazing either. Um, but in theory, they do have some real resources. I thought that they would start the season with Hughes, maybe with Simmons or something, just because it kind of would complement Hughes being super skilled. But they actually started him with Miles Wood and Bratt. He played a lot with them in this game. I think this is his second game ever. So they put them right out after Buffalo scores, and they're playing mostly against Gergensons and Okposo. And the next time they played, all three of them, Gergensons, Okposo, Larson, same thing. They're down a goal this whole time. Same thing. Then Buffalo, New Jersey takes a penalty. Second line does. They're on the PK. Buffalo scores again, so 2-0. Second power play goal. And they go into the second down two after losing a huge game to Winnipeg. Just like I should have gone through that game, but that was a crazy game. They were up like 4 goals or 3 goals, and they lost in overtime, I think. So anyway, it's neither here nor there. And they played started the second, same thing, matched them against this line. The Devils, they've got their top line playing Buffalo's top line, and they scored. And so then we'll go into the second period here. I don't know why that thing is acting up. Try to get this into the frame. So here we are. So start of the second period, Jersey scores, and they get Hughes, Wood, and Bratt out against third line here again. Hughes, this is a power play. It's a 4-forward power play. You got Hughes, Bratt, Gusev, Butcher, and Hischier. And they got those guys off to put on, again, a 4-forward power play with Subban as the defenseman. Then, when's the next time Hughes plays? Hughes gets right on the ice, takes a minus. Um, that sucks. It's 2 minuses right there. Um, and then Hughes, Wood, Bratt. They gave him a shift right after that, which is good. You never want to make the kid like start sitting immediately. Hughes, Wood, Bratt. Then Coleman takes another penalty, the second penalty. Okay, and then Buffalo scored again at the power play. And then here is a Buffalo penalty. And Hughes doesn't get on for this power play. This is, you give all this time to Hischier, Green, Zajac, Coleman, who has taken 2 penalties in this game, Zaka, Vatanen, Severson. So they suddenly decided to put 2 defensemen on the power play. I guess they're afraid of getting scored on or something. Oh wait, no, this is a oh, it's a matching, so it's like a 4-on-4. It might not even be 4-on-4. So I get it. Okay, sorry, I misread it. Okay, I see. When it's like this, it's a proper penalty, but when it's like this, it's a matching. Okay, so then after that, they got Hughes right back out there with Miles Wood and Gusev. Didn't get anything from that. Hughes, Wood, they got him right back out again for a little bit. Hughes, Wood, Bratt. And then New Jersey scores Zajac from Coleman and Severson. Why is this thing acting up? Hughes, Wood, Bratt playing what looks like a fourth line. Is this a fourth line? Middlestad, VC, Sheary? I don't want to mess this up right now. But it looks like they get a decent amount of time for a fourth line if they are. Um, Hughes, Wood, Bratt. They started putting Wood in with, say, Jack and Coleman. Then Hughes, Wood, Bratt. Wood's getting a lot of ice time in this game. Hughes, Wood, Bratt playing that same line that they've been matched against. And Sheary takes a penalty. Hughes gets a lot of PP time here. And he gets off the ice, and they get scored on. Zacha, Wood, and Boquist. And at this point, the game is 7-2 Buffalo at this point. Yikes. Hughes, Wood, Bratt. So I think what we can say is, for one, they put Hughes, Wood. That was a real experiment for this game. A lot. I would say that that's a high quality resource as a fine player, but it's not like a incredible NHL player. And the Zaka's been really good this season, but he didn't play Zaka. He played Bratt. Bratt's also been pretty good, but I mean, obviously the main guy. They end up putting him with this. I'll look at the next game. I don't know if that's the game when they put him with, but this was not a good game, and that's to be expected because he is a center. We can start off with the line matrix. Let's see for Hughes. So Hughes in this game plays a bunch with Hall, but only 9 minutes of 17. A lot with Simmons, like I was saying. I wanted to see how that would go. A bit of Bratt, a bit of Boquist, a bit of Palmieri. So this is like they started to get what it was going to actually become. I guess Heischer's already gone. No, Heischer's in this game. Okay, so let's go see the shifts. See Hughes. So this is the line early. It's Simmons, Boquist, Hughes. I guess we can tag them all up just to see. So they start with this line. Florida scores in their top line immediately. Huberdeau. I like that they've got the first lines matching up against each other, but I guess they started to immediately try to change that. And they got rewarded. It's Hall from Zacha, which is interesting. And Vatanen. Zacha should be with Hughes, I feel like, but whatever. So you got Zacha, Bratt, Gusev. I really like these two overall. Gusev's interesting. So Hughes, Simmons, Boquist. And they're playing them against who? What is this line? Oh, Petrano. He's not bad. Borgstrom. Yeah, this is whatever. This is like a fourth line though. So they're playing them against this line, I guess, as much as they can. They've barely played them here. Top line, anyway. And they started to line them up against. Yeah, they're basically playing this line over and over again, right? So nothing really happened in this whole section here. But they did try to split up. Like the first line isn't playing their first line too much. They're like trying to get them on separately. It seems like they're playing them against kind of their lower lines. Anyway, so I guess you could say he got like decent resources in this game to start first, and then Bratt scores. This is Zacha Gusev against their top line, which is nice. Then start the second. New Jersey gets 2 goals really quick. Oh, I remember watching this game. They got 2 goals really quickly. Um, so this happened. I guess there was an icing change. So they put them on after the goal. And so they get some power play time. It's Hughes, Simmons, Hall, Subban, Palmieri. Hughes, Simmons, Hall, Palmieri. He took a penalty. Come on, dude. Come on, PK. The hooking. So here you have a little kind of a weird. This is like weird with the penalties. Somebody took a. Okay, whatever. So Hughes, Simmons is a long shift here. Looks like there was something happened here. And the problem is their colors are so similar. These are the Florida. These are the Devils penalties. So a Florida player took a penalty, but so did a Devils player. Anyway, that's always going to throw a wrench into the lines. So here on this power play, Hughes, Simmons, Hall, Palmieri. Nothing comes of it. You can definitely say that they're giving him power play time early, which is what you need to do because he's a power play player. Then they get the Hughes Simmons focus line out for a regular shift. Then Simmons gets some random shift in against with who? Who is he even playing with? Zaka. What even is this? It's Coleman, Simmons, and Zaka. These lines are tripping me out. I'm already regretting doing this. Alright. Then they get scored on twice. Yeah, this is like, and then they had already fallen apart a bunch of times at this point of the season. It's like, oh no. So, Hughes, Simmons, Boquist against the same line. Then they got them against a real fourth line. No Lachiari, he's a fine player, but this is really the fourth line. Oh god, and they get scored on. Okay. So you can see like he's definitely not. It's not like he's playing against their best players, but he's also. I mean, you got Wayne Simmons, you got Boquist. He doesn't have Taylor Hall yet at this point. Boquist takes a 4 minute, dude. Come on, Subban again, dude. Like, what is this? And you can start to see why this season. Like, your best players have to be your best players. But they're giving a lot. They give a lot of resources to Hughes in the sense that he doesn't have to play against um, big players, and that he's not. He's getting power play time. He gets defaulted a lot of power play time. It seems like he doesn't get to play here because they're not going to put him on the penalty kill. So this is 2 minutes, 4 minutes right here, and then they get him out immediately. It's Hughes, Hall, Bratt, and then which makes sense because you want to get Hall out there as soon as you can after this little thing. See right after the penalty ends, they get him back out, and the same thing here. And that's kind of all she wrote. This game sucked. All right, let's go to the next one. This was the #1 game of the year. Hughes, Palmieri, Hall. Ooh. Hughes, Palmieri, Hall. I'll take that. So this is at the point when I think Heischer went down at this point, right? Yeah. So Hughes, Hall, Palmieri. Yeah. So they started putting him on the top line for this game. Did they actually get it in the sense of how much ice time he got? No. He only got 13 minutes playing on the first line. So it's not really the first line, even though. Okay, whatever. I guess we'll see how this plays out. So, Hughes, Hall, Palmieri. So the quote-unquote first line, the line that got a lot of time, is Zajac, Coleman, Simmons. There's like 1A, 1B. It's like neither line is that great, but they're both good. And Coleman, I think, had been playing pretty well, if I remember right. He had a pretty good start to the year from the games I saw. And Zajac good too. Simmons is fine. So they're on the power play right off the hop. And they have this unit playing together on the power play, which is nice. And then they got scored on. That sucks. It's like the classic power play, don't score, and then get scored on right after. And they put on this line. They put them right out after they got scored on. Give them 3.5 minutes. Who are they playing against? They played against Strome and Jesper Fast and Brendan Smith at forward, really? So in the sense that he plays kind of bad players, he's getting that resource for sure. Like he's not having to play against Zibanejad. I don't think they ever have him out against Zibanejad. It'll be interesting to see. Okay, so then Devils scored. This is the first line. Yeah, Coleman from Zajac. Then Palmieri takes a penalty. Palmieri's jumped on the fly, I guess, here for John Hayden. Sometimes this stuff is really hard to read. Strom Hall. Okay. Kreider, Howden, Kako. Oh, they got a little shift up against him. It's a flag up Kako just because that's the next video I'm going to do is Capo Kako. So, yeah, I mean, there's not much to say so far. There's this whole penalty mess here. Where Hall takes a penalty. Hall takes a pin interference penalty on the power play. This is what I mean by Taylor Hall. It's like, dude, figure it out. I don't even remember what that looked like. It feels like forever ago. It was only a month ago. I watched this game though too. Palmieri. How did Palmieri score this? Palmieri literally just jumped on the ice and scored this. Yeah, I don't even remember how he scored this. Okay, so Panarin takes. So they had a superstar take a penalty too. But like, do they ever have Hughes up against Panarin? That's something I'd be interested to see. Like, do they ever let that happen? So they give him immediately on the power play. I think I skipped a little bit here. So he's immediately out on the power play. Nothing happens. Hughes. So then Hall. He's trying to get Hall in as much as he can. Dude, I don't know why. Dude, come on, man. What is this? Oh my gosh. Okay, whatever. Hughes, Hall, Palmieri. See, they don't. I guess this is a 4-on-4 or something. I don't even know. Because there's this weird color. Whatever. Hughes. Weird little jumps around here. Miles. Oh, this is Hughes' first point. Hughes assist on Miles Wood. And, okay. Then they take him off the ice. He barely played. They take him off. And they take a penalty. So then it's a little blip here. He really did not play at all, like, in that second period. Like, at all. He played, like, 5 seconds, 20 seconds, 3 seconds, gets assist. Okay. Let's just skip to the third period. Dude, what is wrong with this thing? Alright. Third period. Hughes, Hall, Palmieri. Playing Kreider. Hughes, Hall, Palmieri. Who are they playing against in this? Oh, okay. Howden Fast. This isn't their power play. And they give them some more time here. Another power play. This is just kind of like a weird game. Hughes Hall Palmieri playing the Brendan Smith at forward experiment with Jesper Fast. Okay. And then Subban scores in garbage time. And that's all she wrote. So let's go to this game. Total time on ice. A lot of time in this game. 19 minutes. Oh, I remember this game. Arizona played 3 games in a row coming off this game. I'm pretty sure they came back to win. Okay. Hughes, Hall, Palmieri. This is the same thing. It's like a 1A, 1B line. Like, how much time did they actually get? So in this game, they actually gave them first line time. So they play them. And they're playing them against Clayton Keller, Kessel, and Dvorak. This is what I wanted to see. This is part of why I'm doing this. I wanted to see if they ever play them against the top line. But they quickly tried to get them away from them, and they're at home. So they get to choose these for the most part. So you can see they try to get this line out against them. And then immediately they got this line out. And then like when you do that, you suddenly have them on a different timeline. Like quickly they got this line out, so then they got this line out. So then they got this line out after this Arizona top line plays. And who are they actually playing them against when they don't play? It's Stepan, Vinestroza, and Grabner. Okay. And then we have penalty on Vatanen. Oh, did Hughes? No, this is because they took a matching. Yeah, see, they never put him out on a proper PK, which I get, because he's not great defensively right now, but it's just something to notice. Goals, assists. So here is Ekman Larson. They immediately throw this unit out. I like that they've got him. Like, this is a real, like, these are high-end resources for a power play. Like, I think this is pretty much, I don't know who would be better to if they put in a power play. It's not like he's getting a second tier set. They probably have Subban, right? Subban's not playing a power play? Yeah, Vatanen's been weirdly good. Yeah, see Hughes Hall. This is Hughes' first goal. Hall from Vatanen. Okay. So he scores. And it's 2-0 pretty quickly. And just before the first ends, this top line, or whatever, it's not really top line, it's like the B line that they're trying to match up against that unit. Gets scored on by the fourth line. Like a third line scores against what is supposed to be like probably their best defensive line in theory. So, whatever. Soderberg. They give him the whole power play pretty much. And then Arizona scored shorthanded. At least he was on ice for that. Okay. This is what I mean by this season has been a mess for the Devils. Okay. Palmieri, Hughes, Hall. Dude, how does Hall get away with taking so many penalties? And like he's trying to go for a contract. I think Hall's trying to tank this team if they get another first overall pick, and the legend continues. Hughes, Hall, Palmieri. They're playing the word like this is really like they should be scoring a goal. Like, what is that? What is this matchup? Anyway, Hughes, Hall, Palmieri. This is a little bit better. And they give him a little bit of time against this group. Okay. And they did score. Oh no, Arizona scored. Right? Or am I missing? No. New Jersey scored. And this is Hughes. Hughes to Zaka. Okay, good. But then Arizona scores, but at least they're not out for that. Hischier, Zaka, Kuso. And Hughes doesn't play it for a while here, which is weird. Especially because he just got an assist. Whatever. Because because that's why I'm not an NHL coach. Palmieri, Hughes, Hall. Yeah, they're playing them against this line, so that's interesting. At least I think it's interesting that they're trying to take that um, wholesale change here for this top unit. And Arizona scores on right after Hughes comes on the ice, which sucks. And who scores for Arizona? Heaton. Dude, you can't be getting scored up by this line. It's like you're not being put against their best. This is what I mean, like the disparity of who it's like. It's different if the Keller Kessel line scores on you. Well, I don't think Kessel's having a great year so far either. Hughes, Palmieri, Hall, Schmaltz, Heaton. So they're like matching them up against this line, and they like try to get this line out against them, and then suddenly Keller, Kessel, Dvorak goes up against them. And then he doesn't play Hughes for this Keller Kessel Dvorak. He sits him, and then they take a penalty. He puts him out for the PP. Long shift for these guys. They play a lot right here, Hall and Palmieri. But I guess you're trying to build some chemistry in the power play. Then they got them again. Really a lot of ice right here for those guys. This is why this line didn't play that much, because you can see huge chunks where they just didn't play. Okay, Hughes. They tried to get them out against this line, kind of, looks like. But it actually ended up being Kessel, Dvorak, and Keller. Okay. Hughes, Hall, Palmieri gets scored on, and this is the Keller Kessel line. Okay. And that's that. That's 5-3. So that's not great. Okay. I swear I didn't pick games that was. I just kind of picked some 5 random games. All right, this is the last one I'm gonna do. Hughes, Palmieri. Let's see total time on ice. Yeah, a lot of time. This is like great amount. 18 minutes for a rookie. He's mostly playing with defensively. He's mostly playing with Will Butcher, which is interesting. Okay. I really doubt that that's on purpose. Okay, so, and who is the top line for Ottawa? Ottawa's so bad. I don't know if I should have even picked this game. Whatever. No, it's Colin White. Colin White. I love Colin White. He's a good player. So here we have Heischer gets an assist. Early power play. This unit plays together. This unit plays together. They're matched up against like Brady Kachuk and Colin White. This is weird. Whatever. Another power play. So 2 power plays early. He's got a lot of power play time early. Then Green takes a penalty. Got them out immediately. Ottawa scores against this line. Who are they playing against here? Playing against like depth guys. I'm putting them up against. I literally don't even know who this guy is. Okay. I have no idea who that is. Nick Paul. I have no idea who that is. I watch more amateur hockey than I do NHL, but I don't even think this is a prank. Okay. Jersey scored. Will Butcher. They get them out here too. They start them against Kachuk, Declare, and Colin White, and then it ends up being Connor Brown, Nick Paul, and someone else. Who cares? This game sucks. I don't know why I picked the Ottawa game of any game to break down. I just could have picked the AHL game. Okay. I played nobody. He's playing Brady Kachuk. Interesting. Who is the JC board? Mesnikov. Okay. And they split them up. Who did they put with them? Zajac with Palmieri and Hall here. And Hughes, Palmieri, Hall. They try to avoid somebody? Who are they? Who is playing here? Kachuk. I guess they didn't want to put him against Kachuk again or something, or who knows what they did. And they've got this. They're playing depth guys. For the most part, they're not eating the big matchups, which I don't know how many big players there are to avoid on the Ottawa Senators in 2019, but yep. Oh, this is such a nothing game. I don't even know why I did this. This game sucks. Penalty. And they played them against. This is like it's like nobody on the Senators is that good, so it's hard for them, hard to understand who he's playing against and what resources. But I guess what we're learning is that for the most part he's getting a lot of time with Palmieri and Hall. And just looked at this. And then they're leading this whole time. They don't pad up a goal at any point. Ottawa scores against the depth, and they get a chance to get a big goal here. Who are they playing? Dude, they're playing like the total depth here. And so it's a goal against, and then they get put on another chance to tie it up. At least he doesn't dodge the second goal against. Okay. So what have we learned? I think we've learned that Hughes is getting a lot of resources in the sense that he's playing with Hall and Palmieri as much as possible, I would say. He's getting a lot of ice time. And he's getting a lot of power play time. And when the quality of ice time that they're getting, considering that this means that Hall and Palmieri don't play with Heischer or somebody, and that it means Heischer probably has to play the tough matchups in theory. I mean, it's not the same against the Senators, but I think it's safe to say that he's not only somewhat sheltered, but also the Arizona game, not as much. But not only is he kind of sheltered, but he's getting every chance to succeed, which is good. I mean, it's what you're supposed to be doing with your number one pick. You want to give him every chance, especially in a team that's struggling. But something like here, like this was really an opportunity to score a goal so that they wouldn't have had a chance to tie it up. And then again, like score a goal here, score a goal here, but nothing happens or create something. But obviously he's been doing better. So that was my look at Jack Hughes. And I hope you guys liked it. And if you have any questions or a player that you want me to do sometime and look at their shifts and kind of break down, I think it's fun to do and relatively easy. And let me know if you liked it or not or whatever. Thanks.